to tell you why it's important, and I'm going to try to create empathy while I tell you why it's important. And I'm a visual artist, composer, musician, but I'm also a conceptual artist in the sense that I don't make everything myself. I looked around, I wanted to buy a Klan robe, which I own one now, I bought one a few months ago in Detroit. I'm probably the happiest man in America that bought a Klan robe this year. I actually lost 2 of my robes earlier this year, and I found them, and I was so happy. I was like, I told my friend, I found my 2 Klan robes. You never think about, I'm doing something original. I don't know how many other black guys in America have said that, or in the world. But looking for a Klan robe, I felt like I didn't want to go and buy one from one of the people who actually make them, and I didn't think they were very good quality. If you look around these rallies, their quality is not nearly this. Okay, these are the best. I got my new spring line coming out too. I don't sell them. I have one on for sale now. I have a Kickstarter campaign plug. I have a Kickstarter campaign right now, and one of the prizes or rewards is you can get the camouflage robe there, but it doesn't go to you, and you can't wear it. It has to be donated to an institution after I'm done with it. So, if you want a Klan robe, to say you own one, you can definitely pledge. But I was saying, I'm a conceptual artist, so I couldn't make the quality Klan robes because if you're going to be a seamstress, if you're going to do it right, you got to find someone who's really good. So my sister-in-law is like the best. So I went to visit her and I said, "Hey Margaret, how you doing?" She said, "I'm doing fine." "Hey, could you do a favor for me?" She's wonderful. So she said automatically, Sure, Paul. I want to make some robes." She said, "Okay, with some hoods, some hats." She said, "Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to make some Klan robes." She went, "Oh, okay." And then for a whole year, 2015, we made a brand new robe a week for a year. From adult men to children to toddlers. You see the little toddlers here to the left. Oh, I gotta point out this is a show at Creative Alliance, first show on Rewind. I wanted the floor painted red, and they said, I gotta tell you, one of the most challenging things as an artist, this is my big piece of artist advice, is you're gonna do a show which you need $5,000 for, but the institution's gonna give you $400. This is going to challenge your creativity more than anything else. But I've been fortunate and lucky to receive several grants, so I took their $400 budget and I put the first coat of paint on the floor. And it took $1,800 in paint to keep this floor red, and it's worth every single penny. Because every time I look at it, I'm really happy that the floor is painted red. And so it's going to challenge your creativity. You got to figure out how to, get some in-kind donations. Go to Home Depot in the beginning of the year to ask for supplies if you need them. Really get them at the beginning of the year, because by the middle of the year they may be out of supplies. And the number one reason people don't give is because they're not asked. That's the first rule of fundraising. So this is a Creative Alliance in Baltimore, and after this show, I won an award called the Baker Award, which gave me a show with the Baltimore Museum of Art. So this is a steal from the Baltimore Museum of Art, an institution that would have never offered me a show there if it wasn't for the award. And so I took the $25,000 that I got from this award and I put it right back into the show. So I bought some artifacts, I made some new Klan robes, I made some kente cloth Klan robes. Kente. I tell you, you want to feel loved and hated at the same time? Get an article in the Huffington Post and you see all the comments that come up. I was called everything between coward to brilliant to, But then after that article, I was kind of immune to everything. But I tell you one thing was, what's the online The Root. The Root did an article before the Huffington Post, and boy, there was a string of people going back and forth about what my artwork means, and most of them were wrong to what it means to me, but they were all right in relation to what it meant to them. So, kente cloth, if you look at the paper, if you know the origin of the Klan in 1865, it was a response to the Emancipation Proclamation. This is one of America's first earliest terrorist groups that needed to keep power in place. It's like you're no longer. It's like the Klan basically to the former slaves. Your services are no longer needed here. and we want you out. And how to keep people in check and how do you keep them in order. It wasn't just the Klan, it was the slave catchers, it was the police. If you look at the origins of most police departments, there's a direct correlation between that and the Emancipation Proclamation. Baltimore's Uniform Division of Police started in 1865, right when slavery ended in most of the colonies. So this is Baltimore Museum of Art. So there's a safe there. Inside that safe is the one thing less to worry about, peace. And that tapestry there it's a symbol for the show. I made a bunch of stickers to give out, to get the word out about the show. So you got the Alabama church bombing with peace on the left. And the Scottsboro Boys, the 9 boys. Actually, please read their story online. Next piece over is Eric Garner, Red Summer. And there's riddles in each one of the pieces, like the Eric Garner piece. You see this layered plywood. If you count the rings, there's 11 rings. Because Eric Garner said, I can't breathe, not once or twice, but he said it 11 times. I wanted people to be reminded, he said it 11 times that he couldn't breathe. Just another shot of it. Those are my little toddlers, I'm most proud of those. And the toddler idea wasn't something I made up. People brought their children to Klan rallies. And there's an image going around. It's actually Southern Poverty Law Center put it out, this little toddler Klan kid. And it was actually from 1992, the images. This is at the Seattle Art Fair. You might have seen this. It's the Out of Sight show. Yeah. There's artifacts in the back. This is in Ellensburg. There was someone actively recruiting in Ellensburg for the Klan. And so in response, the Gallery 1 invited me to have a show there. And I went from there, and I went to Ferguson, Missouri and had a show, and then New York, Pennsylvania. So the show's been touring for the past couple of years. But Ellensburg, they didn't hide them. They put them right in the window, just like they did at Coca here. They just put them right in the window. You walk by, you see it, people came in, and they were very supportive of the show. Another part of my work is I've been marking significant places. I marked slave revenue locations in Baltimore for a light festival. People thought light festival, asked for proposals. I said, yeah, I want to mark the slave revenue locations to show, the true history of this Inner Harbor area. And I waited for my rejection letter. And they accepted. I was like, no way. And they gave me a nice chunk of change to mark these slave revenue locations. You can go online and go to inlightofhistory or .com or .org, and you can see GPS. You can use the GPS tracking to find these locations, and I physically mark the locations with sculptures for the weekend. And all of these sculptures and locations were backed up with ads from the Baltimore Sun. So this Cash for Negroes ad is from a Baltimore Sun article from 1851. Negroes wanted the highest cash price that we given for Negroes. Yeah, 1847 is big money during that time. And there's still families in the area. Their wealth is from selling people. And I'm a collector. I mentioned Brother Delbert back there, Del Richardson. He was actually one of the first people that I funded when I worked in the Office of Arts and Cultural Affairs. And I had to learn how to frame the narrative so the other program managers could understand, because there's a disconnect in nonprofits and people of color out in the community. And honestly, as being a black artist, I don't want to always make work about being black. And as a woman artist, you shouldn't have to make work about being a woman. But the truth is, there's a lot of understanding that's needed right now on both sides. I say on both sides very carefully these days, because that can sound kind of insensitive. But I collect stuff. I collect uncomfortable things. I collect ads, newspapers, children's books, joke books, postcards, really horrific things. I collect documents, Fugitive Slave Act documents from 1850. I collect document called The Negro Problem, Speeches for and Against Slavery. I collect them all.